Hello everyone, how are we doing? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're just joining us here, welcome. What a glorious day. You can literally hear the birds. Billionaires are back doing billionaire things. We have billionaires who have jetted themselves into space for the benefit of the world. I mean, it literally says on the Blue Origin website, for the benefit of Earth, and it goes on to a nice little story about Blue Origin's sustainability story. Now, if you don't know about Blue Origin, it is founded and owned by none other than billionaire Jeff Bezos, who is, Amazon guy.
We love being able to share this experience with you, and thank you for sharing how you feel out here with our audience. So it's been really, really incredible.
Funded by him. And you may be wondering, what's the big commotion? Well, I thought it was going to be something like the Titan submersible, when we tragically lost those, how many was it? 6 billionaires who went down. To be fair, one of them was actually there for research purposes, and there was a son to one who apparently didn't even want to go. But the rest of them, billionaires, and they tragically lost their lives. I thought it was going to be another one of them. Turns out, no. Turns out that Blue Origin actually has a bigger plan for space. And it's not what you might be thinking.
Space is not an either or, it's a both and. And because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. What Blue Origin wants to do is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner. I mean, Jeff Bezos has so many ideas, and the people that are working there are really devoted and dedicated to making our planet a better place.
According to Gayle King, who was one of the 3 non-space experts or whatever that went up there alongside Lauren Sanchez and Katy Perry, she states that this is really for the benefit of the Earth, because what Jeff's plans are for Blue Origin is to take the waste that we have on Earth and put it into space. Like that film WALL-E? Yeah, I really wish I was joking. I wish someone would just pinch me so I could wake up and say that this was a massive joke. But no. They clearly have never seen WALL-E before. But the reasoning why this has captured so much attention is because of, they are shooting a pop star that's fallen off, no offense to Katy Perry fans out there, Lauren Sanchez, who is Jeff Bezos's fiance, and then Gayle King as well.
1, 2, 3, take up space!
The entire thing is about girls taking up space, not taking away from Earth, they're adding to it.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future. Like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination, it was a journey, and it was a supernatural one.
And I suppose what they mean by that is that they're going to be taking away the waste and then chucking it into space. If you would like my general summary of the situation, it wasn't about feminism, it wasn't about women conquering anything. It was a bunch of people with a lot of money, aside from the astronauts that actually deserve to be up there, like this woman right here. It was a bunch of people with too much money going on a brand sponsored marketing expedition, joyride, literally a joyride for 11 minutes in outer space, just burning new holes in the atmosphere, just burning them away. Now, what I will say about this is that on their little sustainability nonsense, they go on, and this is on the Blue Origin website, you can go and read it. Earth is humanity's forever home, yet Earth is finite, and it's our job to preserve and rejuvenate it for future generations. This requires developing short and long-term sustainability solutions at home and in space. Blue Origin exists for the benefit of Earth. So much wrong with the statement. Go on and they say what we're emitting into the atmosphere is actually vapor or something. I was reading this BBC News article, and scientists are literally saying that no. New Shepard rocket is designed to be fully reusable, and its booster returns to the launch pad for vertical landings after each flight, reducing overall costs. And actually sign up to become one of the people who could be on this rocket. However, you do need a $150,000 deposit to reserve a seat. During flight, the only byproduct of New Shepard's engine combustion is water vapor with no carbon emissions. Eloise Moraes, I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, a professor of atmospheric chemistry and air quality at University College London, points out that water vapour too is a greenhouse gas and is a chemical that is not supposed to be in the upper layers of the atmosphere. It alters the chemistry of the stratosphere, depleting the ozone layer, and also forms clouds that affect climate. Experts say that as more rockets are launched, the risk of harming the ozone layer increases. Will someone call it the Bezos cock rocket? I don't even know if I can say that on here. Being launched up. That is like mine and all of yours entire admissions for pretty much our whole entire life. In one rocket. Just so they can go on a little joyride, sorry Kesha, for 11 minutes. To promote a tour. So back onto this, okay, so why are people so annoyed at them? If that isn't already annoying enough, their whole entire thing now is that if anyone says anything against it, it's, oh, well, you're just being misogynistic, you just don't like seeing women, and their whole thing is women taking up space. We don't need to go on 11-minute joyrides into space. Do you understand like how much the world is literally burning? The people are starving, losing their lives. They got no freaking healthcare. There's loads of women's rights are literally like in some places around the world literally being stripped away. But it's okay because we have Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and Katy Perry going on a little 11-minute joyride into space to tell us just how powerful we are.
Then my question is, have y'all been to space? Have you been to space? Go to space.
To then find out that actually their secret plan is just to take the waste and chuck it into outer space is laughable. But hey, if you think that I'm just whining about this for no good reason, I'm going to read you a couple of comments. And this publicity stunt was for what? To show people space is safe and become a tourist trap? LOL. I can't afford groceries, but at least Katy Perry is super connected to love. This feels like a Black Mirror episode. So connected to love, disconnected to reality. The equivalent of a modern day let them eat cake. Yet so disconnected from humanity. Rich people intentionally polluting our environment just for fun. I guess most of us will never know love until the day we launch. They could have wiped out medical debt for people and helped with food banks. They could do, but they're not going to do that. They're billionaires, and there's no such thing as an ethical billionaire.
Officially an astronaut.
Thank you so much.
How do you feel?
I feel super connected to love. So connected to love. I think this experience has shown me you never know how much love is inside of you, like how much love you have to give, and how loved you are until the day you launch.
Let's start off with this one moment that I saw from Gayle King, who I'm not super familiar with, by the way. I just know that she's really good mates with Oprah Winfrey, and that she on a talk show. I wasn't massively... I've seen her face before, but I didn't put the name to the face. One of the moments is that she was terrified to go from the very beginning. And she goes along, speaks to this amazing scientist lady who deserves to be up there. The woman is explaining to her the process behind what she's going to see and how this is actually a very, risk-free event. They're not actually going that far into space. Gayle King turns around and is like, well, do you want to go to space? And this lady's like, yeah, it's my dream.
Sky, you are going to come off of the planet and you're going to start to see that thin blue line.
Up top. I heard at some point it turns pitch black. Is that true?
So I don't know. I've never been there.
Never been?
I've never been.
Do you
want to
go?
Yes, I 100% want to go.
There's no fear about it going at all to you?
No fear.
You would go, wow.
No fear. You shouldn't have fear either. Do you think that the fear factor is, it's legitimate to feel something, but at the end of the day, this ride it's gentle for astronaut terms.
It's my dream. She deserves to be up there. Women in space, people taking up, send the women who actually do this for a living, who may never even get the opportunity to go up. Get them up there. We had Katy Perry, who was going around with a little daisy, representation of her daughter. I think her daughter is called Daisy. Either way, she was asked by her daughter to bring a daisy up there. So she was like floating around with this daisy. She also went up there and promoted her new tour dates with this little butterfly, which obviously went down so well with people.
Here, please. Perfect. 1 year.
Tour in 9 days.
When she then got out, she kissed the ground and says that she is so connected to the earth, and that we all need to protect Mother Earth, and that you'll never know love until you're up in space.
Experience is second to being a mom.
Wow.
Yeah. To go to space is incredible, and I wanted to model courage and worthiness and fearlessness. 10 out of 10. That's my review. Daisies are common flowers, but they grow through any condition. Through cement, they go through cracks, they go through walls. They are resilient. They are powerful. They are strong. They are everywhere. Flowers are, to me, God's smile, but it's also a reminder of our beautiful earth and the flowers here and God's smile and the beautiful magic that is everywhere all around us, and even in a simple daisy.
She then goes on a panel and says that they weren't taking space, they were making space for the future.
My journey has always been about love and belonging, and I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong, and in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here. This is where we belong, and we feel very sure that you'll never know the amount of love that you have inside of you to give and to receive until the day you launch, because you're leaving all the love behind and you're surrendering. And you're hoping that you get another chance to love them again. Understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future.
This woman is insufferable, okay? I had a bee in my bonnet about her because of the last album that she did. Released a song on the album, it's called Women's World. This song was all about, like, female empowerment. It's a women's world. You're just so happy to be living in it. And what essentially happened is that the music video was nothing to do with the song. It was all it was women being sexy with tools, okay? Which there's nothing the matter with that, but it was very much for the male gaze. Once again, whatever. But the actual lyrics were nothing to do with that. And then when she then got caught out, she turned around and said, it's satire, guys. It's satirical. We're having fun with it. And it's like, no.
Girl boss shit. You can do it. You go, girl. You were born to shine. Having fun, being a bit sarcastic with it. It's very slapstick and very on the nose. It's like, ooh, we're not about the male gaze, but we really are about the male gaze. And we're really overplaying it and on the nose because I'm about to get smashed. A reset for me and a reset for my idea of feminine divine.
Also partnered up with Dr. Luke, who produced a load of the records on that album. Even after it came out about the whole thing of Kesha, like he was Kesha's abuser and loads of people refused to work with him anymore in the industry. This was her response on Call Her Daddy.
I want to ask you about one collaborator in particular. I know a lot of people have expressed disappointment and were really upset that you decided to involve Dr. Luke on this album.
I understand that it started a lot of conversations, and he was one of many collaborators that I collaborated with. The reality is it comes from me. The truth is I wrote these songs from my experience of my whole life going through this metamorphosis. And he was one of the people to help facilitate all that. One of the writers, one of the producers. I am speaking from my own experience. Like when I speak about Woman's World, I speak about feeling so empowered now, or as a woman, giving birth, creating life, creating another set of organs, a heart. I created a whole ass heart.
And the most funniest thing is that Wendy's, the fast food place, actually got involved with this, and they started spamming. This is on Twitter. They started posting this stuff. I kissed the ground and I liked it. Don't shortchange her. It was 11 minutes. They responded to a comment saying, I hope Jeff Bezos don't mind it. And Wendy said, now she knows what it's like to be a plastic bag floating in the wind. They commented on another one saying, when we said women in STEM, this isn't what we meant. And the most notable one that people are picking up on is when Pop Crave posted and Wendy said, can we send her back? We then got an image of Kesha sipping on a Wendy's shake, whatever it is. It was genius. I saw that all over Reddit and I thought they're hot on their game. One from Domino's. Pizzas sold while Katy Perry was in space too. So, you know, even companies, and we have had quite a few celebrities speak out as well, saying that this is just absolutely insane and tone deaf.
I have more to say. I think that this space mission is confusing to people because seeing women and people of color in spaces like science and politics that have not previously included them feels and really looks like, optically, looks like progress. But the truth is that having a man who has gained his power and become a part of the 1% purely through exploitation and greed, deciding to take his fiance and a few other famous women to space for space tourism is not progress. This speaks to the fact that we are absolutely living in an oligarchy where there is a very small group of people who are interested in going to space for the sake of getting a new lease on life, while the rest of the population, most people on planet Earth, are worried about paying rent or, you know, having dinner for their kids. I saw a creator on here who said that privilege is not an accomplishment. Even further, and say that exploitation is certainly not an accomplishment, and then being able to take the privilege that you have gained from exploitation and greed of the planet, of resources, of human beings, and then doing something like going to space for 11 minutes is certainly not an accomplishment. That's why this all is giving like Hunger Games, right? I think we're in a place in the world where we need to be able to discern what real progress looks like. And what happened yesterday was nothing like that.
Gayle King was not expecting this level of hatred to come out of this, and she was shocked that a lot of the celebrity people who she considers friends were not backing her decision.
This is what bothers me, because I've certainly read some of the things online coming from people that I know, that I like, that I consider friends. Space is not an either or, it's a both and because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth.
Which is then when she started coming out with all of this stuff about taking waste from Earth and throwing it into orbit.
I'm just going to put this out there because I have mentioned this before, but I just want to actually drive it back home. There were astronauts up there as well. Most notably, this is a woman called Amanda, and her story, she's an actual astronaut. Her story as to why it was such an amazing thing for her to be up there, reasoning as to why she had to postpone like astronaut training and her dreams and everything, is honestly courageous. And these are the types of people that we should be celebrating for going up to space. She's also an astronaut as well.
I usually have nice words to say, but in this moment, I just want all survivors to know that you can heal. No dream is too wild.
For a decade, I gave up my astronaut dreams in order to fight for the rights of gender-based violence survivors. That's because after I was raped, the government decided to destroy rape kits, and I made a choice to fight for these rights and postpone my dreams. Yesterday, I was able to realize those dreams with you.
So not every single person that went on this joyride was, you know, an elite and just up there for marketing purposes.
So what is this? This was basically a marketing stunt to show off space tourism in Jeff Bezos's, you know, cock rocket. That is what this was. Nothing more, nothing less. And I don't even doubt they probably paid them to go up there. And then Katy was like, okay, well, if I'm up here, I'm going to release the fact that I'm doing a tour, which, by the way, no one's going to go to this tour. This is going to be like what happened with Jennifer Lopez, where she actually had to cancel said tour because she released it amidst a whole load of trouble and backlash. Right, no such thing as an ethical billionaire. And the fact that they're going like, you know, women, if you want to go to space, just go to space. Like, we can't just go to space. What is the matter with you lot? And I know there are still going to be some people, even in my comment section, being like, yeah, well, if this was a bunch of men, you wouldn't like it either. If they were qualified to go up there, if they had the credentials to go up there, say the exact same thing. But the reasoning why they have shot up these women to go up there is to try, is for marketing strategy, is to appeal to the feminist, you know, women being in control, I don't even want to say movement, because I hate the fact that we even have to call this a movement. People are fighting equality and, you know, women don't need men and da-da-da-da-da, which I fully back. But what I'm trying to say is that is the reasoning why they have chosen these people to go up there and guise it as this whole, yeah, it's just women taking up space. No, you're literally promoting the fact that you're going to do space tourism for the elites whilst everyone else burns. And on top of that, you're pitching an idea for Wall-E. Like, that is all this is.
Why are people hating this? Is it because the women are successful? Is it because they look good in their neoprene suits? Is it, you know, is there a bit of jealousy? Is there a bit of competition? What is it that's making people fire back on something that could really be positive?
And I'm sorry, right? This kind of stuff does heat me up. It's really important to talk about. And were the memes hilarious? Yeah, I had a right giggle at some of the stuff that they were saying. But is it really sad? Yeah. I think I have anything else to say to this. What did you think about everything that has happened? Please let me know down in the comments. I know you guys are going to anyway, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Do not be a Wall-E. And I'll see you guys in the next video.